Hello, this is Shantae with Brown Sugar Talk, darlings. Brown Sugar Talk and the Black Unicorns. So anyway, today was like just a day where I know that we need to make men accountable for abuse and women too. And you have to come to terms with the things that you do. And it's not where we looking at you and saying, well, this person has no right to be human. You do. But sometimes it's unpredictable and it's a lot of stuff that we have to get over as women. First off, to be in that situation. Second off, to love you to the point or to let go of yourself enough where you love this person more than you loved yourself. Or you care for this person more than you care for yourself. And I hate that too sometimes because I know I did the show once before where I was telling about how we would tell women when they have been abused that you must love him more than you love yourself. And that's not true, because if she's still living, that's not true. You have to actually bring down your inner self in order to not have to kill the person that is always in front of you, that's putting their hands on you, the person that you caring and loving for, the person that keep lying to you about who they are and what they feel and all this different stuff. That's what they do. They make up stories, or sometimes they become so high and mighty that they start to believe their own bullshit. And when I pre-recorded the show and I had to delete it because the beginning of the show, because I didn't know how to edit it. I didn't know how to get back to it. But what I was saying at first is that I have been on like all sides of it, just like growing up with it. And I wish today that some man would actually say that he didn't hurt my mom or hurt my stepmom, or all these different or the people that were in their lives were not abusive. And sometimes that's all it takes, is for you to just like look at the person that's in front of you or the person that you abuse and to treat them as if they were human. But that's not what's happening all the time. I'm just looking at Evelyn Lozado's story. And they were like, yeah, you made this man lose his job. Well, he lost his job because he's a black man, period. Because if a white man did it, it wouldn't be the same thing. And I'm not saying that nothing happened, because I've been abused too. So what they did was, that's what happened. In my case, nobody lost anything because I'm a black woman. The man told me that my story wasn't right. After all these women witnessed my hair being pulled, it was pulled out. It didn't fall out. It was pulled out. After I had pictures of the bruises, I actually went to the cops the same day he did. I said, I gotta go to work. After he lied and said that his mother was going to helped his brother kill somebody and hide the body, but his brother was in jail, but his mother wasn't. After he cried so many times and lied and said that after he beat me, that I was acting and I was just putting on a show and all this different stuff. No, sweetie. If people see the bruises on me, how is that a show? Like, when did the show start? When did the acting start? If you had information about me, he had information about me. I didn't have information about him. You were searching my house that you were living in to find more information about me. Why would I be the person abusing you? How could that be? If most of my days were spent at work or hanging out with friends. And they witnessed also the calls and all the different stuff that was going on. And so, like, Evelyn Lozado is saying that she's hitting, these people are actually triggering her. That's exactly what I've been telling people too. They followed me with this abuse because that's all that was public about me. The only thing that was public was the record of when he put his hands on me and we went to court. So instead of anybody actually learning about me, they were actually trying to follow me with statements of abuse from this person. And it's hard because really all you're trying to do is go through your day. For real, for real. And strangers, perfect strangers, will come up to you and you a victim and torture you. Torture you about the situation that you've been going through. Just because they have so much love for whoever it is they trying to protect. I'm not going to protect them. I know I tell the story about my cousin and Patrick and like how he loved me. Not to say that he wasn't abusive. My family was abusive the whole time when I was like, I'm talking about they were all abusive. And what I'm saying is like he was just a cousin that showed me he never like abused me up to that point. You know, it was like he never did anything to me. He used to what is it like thump me till my skin came off. All of them did that. Thump you to your skin. It's like, ugh. I hated seeing them. I hated it because they were so downright disgustingly abusive. It was so open. You know, every time you see them, you gotta leave with a sore or a frog in your arm or something like that. You know, it just, I don't like that. I didn't like that. I never did. I wouldn't go have my kids around it. And it was just okay for that to happen inside of their house, on their side of the family. But one year I got to spend with him, I got chicken pox. And he didn't hurt me at all. I was older. He just taught me different things. He just told me stories and all these different things. I think when I got back, my family thought we was kissing cousins or something because I told the story about him. No, that wasn't true. It was just like at a time of my life, at a moment in my life where I needed a friend and not somebody telling on me all the time or somebody making up stories or somebody trying to get at me for something. You see what I'm saying? Because that was how my family was. Anytime I did something, they had to go tell my mama. If I said something, they had to tell my mama. My one cousin, she was pregnant at a certain age because she had sex. She came to church and told me that I had sex too. It's like I haven't had sex. I wasn't having sex. I'm sorry you got pregnant, but I wasn't having sex. I just looked at her while she told me the story. And so, you know, it's just they always want to get me caught up in something they was doing. And that's how you know that people that already set up a life of treachery. A life of like, let me take something away from her. I ain't had nothing to do with her and her being pregnant. I didn't. I was living in Cahokia. You all way in East St. Louis. I'm not telling you to give up your stuff. And you ain't about to tell me that I gave up mine. So she came and told the story like, oh yeah, you having sex. And this, I'm not. I don't need to. So what I'm saying is like, he was just a good person for me at that time. It was also another cousin I had. Her name was Colada. And Patrick had a sister. That's the one who wanted to set me up with the pregnancy. So Colada just would be like, she was a good friend to me. She never told on me. She never wanted to get me in trouble. We just used to hang out and be friends like sisters. And she was such an influential person for me. And I know they both gone. I know Patrick committed crimes and all this different stuff. But that had nothing to do with when we were younger and he sat down and talked to me. That didn't have anything to do with that. I wouldn't be able to look at that other person's family that he hurt or whatever and tell them the same thing. I'm not saying that. I don't know what crimes he committed. And I wouldn't walk up to a family and say, well, this, that, and the other. I can't do that. Because that's not me. That's all I know. So what I'm saying is just even in that situation, I can't then therefore forgive him for everything that he's done. I don't know what he's done for real. And that's the whole thing, or what he did or whatever. But they both passed away. And so those are my memories of them. I wasn't around them when I got older. I wasn't around them like that. I know I saw him one time when he got out of jail, and the last thing I had from him was a hug. That's it. Nothing else. And so I don't know. Am I wrong to adore my family? No, but I would be wrong to then therefore go and say, well, he didn't do anything like this, and he did it. He may have did it. He may not have done it. I don't know. All these black men wrongfully accused, I don't know. But I'm not going to agitate somebody else and not knowing what happened. Coming into abuse. Men are abusive. Some women are too. And so many times we just like to gloss it over and give him his props and leave her out and all this different stuff. And it's like, well, did y'all acknowledge what he did to her? Did you acknowledge it? You know, is she crying and stuff, but at least he lost his job. I'm in a situation where this man went to court and they just told him to stay away from me. And he don't stay away from me. He keep bringing up stuff that he went through in my life. Hacking my computer. Having people follow me. You see? Going through discussions. Put me back into poverty. Having people get me evicted from my apartment. This shit is not crazy. These motherfuckers are crazy and they help each other do it. Not only that, it has already started with a threat. So he didn't care about me in the first place. I'm providing him with a roof over his head. I'm paying the bills. I'm trying to help him get on his feet. And all he left me with was abuse, and then a trail of bills, and then a number of people still following me. A number of men still following me. Everybody got to know what they can do to me and how they can do it. How you supposed to get away with this, that, and the other. And half of it ain't even true. And so I hate that people just continuously continue. Stop doing that. Start saying something to the men that abuse them. You put your hands on that woman. You lost your job. That ain't something you say to her. Why would they say that to her? Why would that even begin to be an idea of something that will come out your fucking mouth? And a lot of that stuff stems from prejudice and racism. And think it's a joke. I'm not joking. That stuff is where people hate themselves. They were already mad because she was Hispanic anyway. She light-skinned. She got good hair, whatever. So y'all gonna take all that stuff out on her and not think about what he's done to her? How that could affect her? It wasn't a lie. So many times, this is what men do. I have a group of men that want me to not have a life. They have stolen from me since I've been in college. And nobody want to listen. I have a group of men that have followed my sexual history, wrote it down, and then had other men do the same thing to me. Thinking that, okay, well, we going to prove that she a hoe. I wasn't even the person that was out on the campus selling myself. I ain't never been no stripper, and I ain't never been no hoe. And when I had a chance to have good relationships, they were actually good relationships. But when I was set up, and men had information to think that I was cheating or whatever, well, all the information they used from the classroom, stuff from a classroom. These men ruined my life because they found my writing and things from a classroom. So they could totally find me and harass me. And again, y'all drive by and look at me like I got a problem. Like I followed them. Like I hung out my window and pointed him out when he was talking to his wife or chick, whoever he with, when he was on the street. I have done nothing but help every last one of these men. And you mean to tell me I'm supposed to still be here, sitting here like they wanted me to? That man raped me and then told me he would pay my fucking rent. My rent was already paid. So where you gonna pay that at? No, your plan was to rape me. That was all that was. That's all you want to do was rape me. It wasn't nothing else. It couldn't have been. So I really wish people would check their fucking self some goddamn time. She is the weaker person. Who in there working out? I don't care if he lost his I lose my temper too. I live in a house with a kid. I got PTSD and anxiety. I lose my temper too. I ain't got to put my hands on my child. I ain't got to put my hands on the dog. I don't even touch the walls. I've only thrown something twice. A bag of clothes and a Starbucks bottle against the wall. In all these years of having PTSD, I haven't had to hurt anybody behind the pain that somebody gave to me. And even when I had the chance to, I left the person where they weren't told them I wasn't ready for what they was ready for. But we give men so many fucking passes and excuses with the bullshit they do. I shouldn't be here. I'm an intelligent person. I know you heard my show. Why the fuck would I be hurt? It's a fantasy. What fantasy is it for me to be raped all over again? For me to go through the same shit I went through in college? Oh, that's a compliment. No, it's not a compliment, bitch. It's not. It wasn't a compliment then, and it's not a compliment now. That's the point I'm trying to get you to see. I did not give myself the leeway in my head when I was in the basement dancing and making up my plays and doing all the shit I was doing. I did not think to myself, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna grow up and then I'm gonna give it to a man. If that nigga asked you if I ever gave him $1, he had to steal it from me. I don't give men money. Why the fuck would I give him my whole fucking life? But y'all will sit here and believe every fucking thing a man will say. For what? The nigga ain't doing shit. We done went to a sixth, a tenth of how we were living. With just me and an income. Now I gotta be in here on food stamps, looking after my son with a fucking disability. But y'all still sit here and protect the fucking man. I don't give a fuck if it's my daddy. I'm not protecting him either. I know what I know. I don't care. My grandmama, I don't care. Bitch, be old. You need to go to jail. My auntie disabled. Go to fucking jail, bitch. Y'all really be thinking people playing. If nobody ever put their hands on you or did something to you, why the fuck would you still be stalking them? So I'm sorry. I support that woman 100%. If she's sitting there crying and telling you that nigga put his hand, he did that shit. I don't give a fuck who he is. I don't give a fuck how fine he is. I don't give a fuck what he got. I don't give a fuck about his mama, his dad. None of them. He did it. And instead of y'all actually lowering or raising your fucking expectations, you rather lower your shit for some nigga or some bitch that can hurt people. And they gonna continue to do it because you keep sitting up here raising and praising their asses. This white boy that stole every fucking thing I had. I invite you to come help me. You begged me to come down there. Then he gonna come steal everything we got. And then we still supposed to be over here suffering for it 10 years later. 11 years later. Then if I hurt somebody, you want me to go directly straight to jail because I done killed another black man. Fuck y'all. So that's my whole thing. It's like, man, y'all really need to get the fuck off y'all fucking high horses. She made him lose. That nigga made himself lose his fucking job. He already admitted it. He said he lost his temper for 3 seconds. And for that 3 seconds, he should have lost every fucking thing. And I'm not fucking playing because he shouldn't have put his fucking hands on her. Period. If you can't control your fucking temper, then you shouldn't be in the fucking room. All you had to do was clench your fist and walk away. All of us have been there. All of us have been there. Every human. Now, we not saying you're not human. We saying keep your fucking hands to yourself. If she didn't touch you, you shouldn't have touched her. Period. If I didn't touch you, you shouldn't touch me. If I wasn't attracted to you, you shouldn't have raped me. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to get to. You should be hurt, not me. Anyway, it's Shantae, Brown Sugar Talk on the Black Unicorns. I'm sorry for, it's not I'm apologizing or whatever, but I'm just like, y'all really need to clarify what the fuck you doing. I hate fucking haters. I hate you to my fucking heart. Y'all do so much fucking hating. No kind of celebrating. No kind of happiness in your fucking life. Y'all fucking miserable. Even the people who abuse, they miserable. You got to be. And then you be pissed because somebody else happy. That motherfucker talking about I'm active because I'm a happy person. Nigga, I can't even stop being happy now. So I'm still acting after you did abuse me? So that's the shit I'm getting to. It's like, how the fuck did I get away with it? Stop fucking line, man. Anyway, this Shantae Brown Sugar talking to Black Unicorns. Fuck y'all. That's why I be like, fuck y'all. Leave that woman alone. It is. It's hard to be triggered. You can't do nothing. You can't take care of your kids. You can't cook. You can't clean. You can't eat. Most of the time, you walking in fucking circles, trying to figure out how the fuck to calm down. And then when you say something, you feel stupid because you put all your business out there on social media and all this different stuff. When all you really want to do is be there with your family. You want to be calm. You don't want to feel like you high, like you on drugs when you ain't on fucking drugs. Because that's what it feel like. I used to actually have blackness come around my eyes. Sometimes it felt like I was going to pass out. Sometimes it feel like I'm actually trying to hide and run from people that ain't even fucking following me. So you can't tell me what that feel like. That shit fucking matters. Teach your kids to keep their fucking hands to their fucking self. Because the victims are the people who got to live through that shit. And then sometimes they end up dying early because so many people keep triggering the shit that they doing. Y'all keep sending the triggers. You will kill them. You don't even know you killed them. If she stop and tell you triggering me, y'all need to fucking stop. Because you will fucking kill her. You don't know why. Oh, every little Zlato died at 50 something. Why? Because you kept triggering the bullshit. Every fucking day, it's a problem. You want to argue. Most people don't grow up like that. And if they do, they don't want to keep going through that bullshit with other people, with grown-ass people. For what? That girl don't need that. I don't need it either. Y'all really need to check y'all fucking selves. Because one day the right one, the one that ain't got shit to lose, she gonna fucking kill you. And that's the problem. We got Cynthia Santoya, the other girl. She done end up killing her predator. But now they got to go through court cases for what? They did it. They was trying to pimp them out. They was trying to put their hands on them. What they going to court for? If he would have did it, would he have went to court? Or would you have let him go and told him don't put his hands on her no more? Y'all don't get it. If the woman was a victim, leave her or him. Even if it was a guy, because I've been in situations where I see gay guys, the man beating on them too. The woman beating on them too. When I was young, it was a man. He used to get beat by his wife. He was scared to tell people. He told kids. I was like, what? 15 years old, this man she beat me. He out there with his eye big. She hits me. He don't know what to do. They out there laughing at him. For what? The woman was beating his ass. For nothing. And so it's so messed up that y'all would take a victim and follow them or be mean to them or whatever y'all trying to do. All that shit is a trigger. Their abuse is not your fucking business. Say something to the nigga that did it. Make that motherfucker break down. The victim already been there.